Now, many of you are probably thinking, isn't Mikal Iron Man? Doesn't he play every game? He does. And even he acknowledged it takes a toll on the body. I don't know who thought it didn't. You think it's magic that he plays the way that he plays? The way that he doesn't, the way that he doesn't fight through screens, or the way that he doesn't be as aggressive or as physical during games? I don't think that's an accident. I think some of that is by design to protect his body, because even he understands it's going to take a toll. He spoke on this with Steph Bondy as well, too. Let's break down exactly what he said there. Bridges is the poster player for durability, with the NBA's longest consecutive game streak and this season's leader in total minutes. But the 28-year-old said the workload isn't easy. I think it's something you never really get used to. Your body is going to feel how it is every year. But I've been part of it for a while, knowing how to take care of my body through those situations and just trying to do as much as I can. What else does anybody else need to hear here for everybody to finally say, recap, you're right, Thibodeau needs to play the starters less? Josh Hart's not going to say it. Jalen Brunson is certainly not going to say it. A lot of players wouldn't say it. Mikal Bridges, he did. He has my overwhelming, full respect. Somebody needed to do this. Somebody needed to call out Tom Thibodeau for what Tom Thibodeau needed to be called out about. And what was that? What was it? The minutes. The minutes. That's exactly what needed to be done. You could talk about the picks all you want to. Look at this roster. Who was going to do this? Who was going to step up and call out this coach? Because I didn't think anybody was going to do it. Mikal? Standing ovation. Bravo. Congratulations. You did what basically, I won't say basically, you did what nearly every Knick fan watching the games wish they could say to Thibodeau's face. And the fact that you not only said that, but you stood up for the bench and you told us that Thibodeau was receptive to it. What else do you want? What else do you want from a player, a star player on this team, to call out another player another player, call out a head coach like that? For anybody who wants to fire Tom Thibodeau, and I'm not saying Tom Thibodeau will be fired, but for anybody who wants him fired, what's the first step to firing a head coach? A star player calling out that head coach. So either way, whether you want change, whether you want Thibs fired, whether you want to see the starters play less or the bench play more, you got your wish today. You got your wish today because of Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges is the one that helped us get the message across. The message was very simple. Tom Thibodeau, stop playing your starters so many minutes and use your talented bench. And if you do that, the Knicks will be a better team. That is the message. I hope everybody understands it, because Mikal just did it. Just called out Tom Thibodeau for the minutes police, for everybody that was upset about how the starters were being played. But another thing that was mentioned here by Steph Bondy is that Bridges and the value that the Knicks gave up in order to get him. So according to Bondy here, Bridges, who was acquired by the Knicks in the summer for 5 first-round draft picks, has endured a roller coaster season with dips in his production from last season with the Knicks. But here's where things get a little bit interesting. He says I think there's a lot more I can still show. I think that goes in within a lot. Things that are systematic, our schemes, offensively and stuff. Just trying to find the right situations and trying to make the right read every time I get a chance. But it's clear here. Bridges at this point in time wants to do more, can do more, and feels like and feels like there's a lot more that he can provide to this Knicks team. If Bridges feels like there's another level he can reach and he's not able to reach it, the Knicks owe it to every Knicks fan to assure us that Bridges is able to reach that level. And in my opinion, the best way to do that, to unlock him, is give him more opportunities to have the ball in his hands, more opportunities to be the ball handler. And there's another way to do that, an easier way to do that. And it doesn't even require him being benched. Have him play the RJ Barrett role. Just sub him out at the 6-minute mark, the 5-minute mark in the first quarter. Then in the second quarter, when you start it out, have him run with all 4 bench players. You do that. Put the ball in Mikal Bridges' hands. You will watch magic happen. That's how you get more out of Bridges. That's how his play increases. And that's how you help his confidence. And if you help his confidence, he's only going to become a better player. He's going to get to that next level. Become that player that we traded for. Isn't that what we owe everybody? To bring that player along, to get that Mikal Bridges that we actually traded for, the offensive player, not only the defensive player as well too. We need both of them. We need that aggression. We need him attacking. We need him going to the line. Maybe what's missing is him running an offense. And maybe the way to do that is to have him play with the bench. Don't bench him. You don't need to do that. Just have him play the RJ Barrett role. It's very, very simple. Like Mikal Bridges said here. And again, I'm not saying anything wrong here. I'm not misquoting him. This is coming exactly from Bridges. Regarding his production and the season that he's had with the Knicks, he states, I think there's a lot more I can still show. I think that goes in within a lot. Things that are systematic or our schemes offensively and stuff. He is mentioning the Knicks and their schemes. Offensive schemes? The Knicks? What is the Knicks' offensive scheme? What is that? Give it to Brunson and watch? Give it to Karl-Anthony Towns and clear out? Because they don't really run a lot on offense. Sometimes it's one person get the ball and then other players move, other players cut, and it's more read and react. That's kind of what Tom Thibodeau runs. He doesn't really run offensive plays. Not a lot. Sometimes maybe you can say the out of the timeout plays happen, but sometimes we also turn it over. So, I mean, you can call it for whatever you want to call it. What I'm trying to say here is it is clear Bridges has more to offer to the Knicks. If he has another level, if he is saying he has more to show and we haven't seen it yet, is it a player thing? Is it a coach issue? Or wait for it. Could it be both? Ding, ding, ding. It is. It's both. It is a player situation. Mikal has to be more aggressive. He needs to be. Mikal Bridges not being aggressive is an issue. But is it also an issue that Tom Thibodeau doesn't run anything for him? Doesn't put him with the second unit? And when he does put him with the second unit, he puts him in there with a Karl-Anthony Towns or another aggressive player on offense that he doesn't need to be there with? We got to talk about these things. That is part of the issue. So listen, you can say I'm calling it out. You can say I'm being minutes police. You can say I'm doing this and that. You can't say that to me anymore. You can't call me out for calling out Tom Thibodeau. You can't say it because we have a Knick player, a player we traded multiple first-round picks for, a very important piece to this Knicks team. Mikal Bridges was the first of these players to call out Tom Thibodeau. Now, tick-tock. Tick-tock. The clock is running. Thibodeau. Thibodeau. I need to see some changes. I need to see a lineup change. I need to see the bench used more. I need to see what every Knick fan has asked for. And now, one of your starters has asked for it. Play the starters less and play the bench more. And if you do that, magic can happen. Great things can happen. But the only way that happens is if you actually do it, if you actually utilize it, if you actually go to it. Tom Thibodeau, what are you going to do? What are you going to say? Where are you going to be when we are asking for changes? Are you going to be the one to do it? Or are you going to be the one to watch as we do it? That's going to be up to you. But right now, starters are calling you out. One of many. And now we wait. If you enjoyed these clips from the live show, be sure to subscribe to the channel and have notifications turned on so you don't miss any new episodes or when we go live. Thanks for watching, Knick fans, and until next time, peace.